Steve, your Kia Motors blogger for the 2011 Vans Warped Tour. Working Warped Tour is one of the hardest gigs around, and there are tons and tons of different positions that you can have out here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at tour managing and what exactly that means. Every band, every sponsor, and even the Warped Tour itself has a tour manager, and each one of them has a different day-to-day. Let's take a look.
So basically, what I do is I do everything for the band, starting with budgets, getting buses, trucks, managing all that, and managing the day-to-day essentials of the band.
On the daily for me, I get up at 7:30, I make coffee, make sure our bus driver's still there, not dead, we've made it to the next city, head to production, I get my day sheet and the schedule, and I find out what time we're playing.
Pick up water, beer, ice for everyone, take them to signings, which get a little bit crazy. Take them to press.
Day to day looks like getting up in the morning and scheduling we have two autograph sessions every day that are for sure our priority autograph sessions. Then around that, making sure that we have extra bands in the tent, either signing or playing live to make sure that we get a widespread impression base for different genres of music that are out here. To writing reports on the previous day's activation for Kia management so they can know specific numbers.
And anywhere from a water gun fight to a band has no vehicle at the end of the night, yet they need to get to the next show. So we had to sort that out, you know. We had to put a bunch of guys on buses and get their trailer on another bus so they can make it to the show today. There's no definition of what your job is out here for me. You name something, it falls under that category.
I woke up one day, just 2 months ago, in Las Vegas, and our driver was so sick he couldn't drive to our show in Los Angeles, and so I had to figure out how to hire a truck driver at the last minute to drive our bus from Las Vegas to Los Angeles to do a show. And this is the kind of thing that you can wake up to.
The tour manager is pretty much the key to the whole operation, you know. He runs the ship. He's the boss. He tells us, you know, when we need to leave for the next city. He calculates the distance with the bus driver, makes sure we get there on time, informs us of the press that we have to do every day, informs us about, you know, if there's any, what time we're on and all that.
This is Matt from Reliant K, and this Warped Tour, we got really lucky and we got to steal Jenny Douglas from the band New Found Glory and use her as our tour manager and our front of house. She takes care of all the hotels and the planning and just like takes us from spot to spot, tells us where we need to be when we need to be there, and then she also makes us sound really good out of front of house.
Tour managing a band versus tour managing a sponsor. Sponsor is more of a longer activation throughout the day, whereas tour managing a band, you're waiting to get your set time, and that is the main part of your day. For us, we rock doors at 11 o'clock and we're up until 6:30. We start setting up at 8 a.m. and we're done tearing down about 8 p.m. So you're talking about a 12-hour day. Not to say that it's harder or less hard, it's just different in the way that we are on for 12 hours.
You don't get a lot of credit, you know, and if something goes wrong, you get yelled at, so it's not a really gratifying job sometimes, but this is important for us to say that, you know, they make it all happen, and it's big, and we thank you, Paul. You're a great tour manager.
We're only talking about the negatives.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many great positives. Like, I'm a tour manager yet tonight. I helped put together a really big barbecue fun after party for the Warped Tour with the band The Bad Rabbits playing, and that's because we've all just been in the heat, baking all day. Everybody's been working like they want to party by the end of the night tonight. And maybe tomorrow that's a bad idea, but we want to create fun at the end of a really hard day. So that's the fun part of my job, you know. I get to sort out, this is where the bar is going to go, and this is which bands are going to play, and this is how we're going to have a really good time tonight, that we made it through another day of like excruciatingly painful heat and how hard everybody works. It's a reward. So wake up tomorrow and do it all over again, a new plan tomorrow.
Groundhog's Day.
If it's one question that I get asked most on tour, it's how do I get a job out here? Lucky for you guys, these tour managers are offering their advice.
You don't need to go to a school to get this gig. You have to have friends and bands and have a drive, and I elbowed my way through it, and I'm pretty tough, and somehow I got to where I am by working hard, and you can do the exact same thing if you work hard too.
Advice to people looking to get into, to break into this, it's all about networking. You can go to school, you cannot go to school. Those things are going to help you farther down the road, but to get started, it's really all about who you know and who you connect with. Being in and around this world is key and is number one, and being genuine. There's a lot of fake people out here, and those people get washed out pretty quick. So being genuine with the people you meet and staying connected and staying real will get you really far in this industry.
Be willing to do anything anybody asks of you. Be willing to be open-minded, be willing to work extra hard hours, work 26 hours in a day, 8 days a week. Be willing to give up a lot of your personal time, your friends, your family. You're going to do a lot of missing of that. My advice is if you really want to do this, you have a heart and soul for it and a passion for it, and you won't be able to not do it. Definitely started at the bottom of the bottom. I was fortunate I had a great mentor like Kevin Lyman 20-some odd years ago, but I got, I did a lot of touring in vans, a lot of touring in the back of a box truck, working for bands for free. I did a lot of free work before I started seeing any sort of income. Not about the money, it was all about the passion to do it, and it took me a lifetime to even be able to make a living doing this,
And sometimes we don't make a living doing this. You only work if there's a tour for you to be on. So when we're home, we're not making any money. My first paid tour was $3 a day.
Yeah. But if you love it, you'll know. And you'll know if it's for you or not right away. There's no, some of us stepped our foot in the door and haven't turned back 20-some odd years later.
That, my friends, is what being a tour manager is all about. If you guys have any questions about what it is that other people do out here in Warped Tour, then let us know on Twitter at Kia Warped and we'll find out for you. Don't forget to stay tuned to facebook.com/KiaSoul for more exclusive Warped content. We'll see you guys out on the road.